Hey YouTube, Shukun Shinobi here with a review of the Power Rangers Super Samurai Retrofire Claw BattleZord. So, Collector's Edition, half bubble pack as normal. Nowhere on here does it label it as a Retrofire anymore. So, that is worth noting. Not sure what to call it now, but I will continue to call it Retrofire just because that's what the line was called at one point. Super Samurai logo Claw BattleZord Collector's Edition, even though it's still a crappy figure. All things aside, blah, 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 you know the story of Samurai by now. So, here is the Claw BattleZord. And it's actually kind of neat, despite the fact that I just called it a crappy figure. I like it in a sense. It's got the typical Retrofire problems. No elbow articulation. You've got a nice swivel here, as well as, there we go, a swivel at the wrist there, and a swivel at the shoulder, and some movement right there. Very much like the Samurai Megazord. I'll pop that right back on. The swords do slide right out of the hand, and actually plug in nowhere. There's no plug down there for the swords anywhere, so it's either in there or not. The leg articulation is good as normal. It doesn't have a maneuverable hip piece or anything like that, but it's pliable, so it's not really hindered at all. But the same typical little swivel that we're used to down there. Single joint at the knee. Swivel right there at the toe. This entire back portion is removable. So now he is legless Claw BattleZord. And then you got this piece here that kind of looks like the BattleZord in a way. But anyway, that just plugs right into the back there. Yeah, that's it. There is head articulation as well on a ball joint. Probably the most maneuverable piece on this entire toy. Yeah, that's really it. Here he is with the Samurai Megazord. I will say this, he's probably better than the Samurai Megazord. So here they are together, hanging out. He's a bit taller than the Samurai Megazord, which is out of scale, but that's fine. I like this one more, and here's why. Just the fact that, one, we don't have any alternatives of this guy compared to this guy. This guy, you have the Super Robot Chogokin Shinkeno that was released in Japan as an alternative figure. Here, you don't really have any alternatives, and I do have to say that despite some stylized aspects, particularly in the head area, it does look pretty nice and fairly accurate. I have to say that I do dig it on that aspect. Not to mention the fact that I just really do like the Claw BattleZord in terms of look. Daikai-oh was always a favorite of mine in Shinkenger, so naturally I like the Claw BattleZord as well. Some flaws with the figure, however, are obviously the articulation. There is no reason a collector's edition, I'm pointing to the thing on there, it says it on there that you can't see, a collector's edition figure in 2012 should not have elbow articulation. I think the fact that you're paying $14.99 for this toy and it doesn't come with elbow articulation is a huge letdown. Particularly because this was an entirely new mold. I don't think it particularly shares any joints or pieces with any of the previously released Retrofires. They could have easily engineered some elbow joints in there. So that is a huge letdown. However, even with the swivels and what little articulation you have in the shoulder, you can get some pretty cool poses with this guy. So I'm not going to rule him out as a completely crappy figure because he does have his merits. Mostly for being a slightly posable Clawzord, in my opinion, is a cool feature. But regardless, yeah, just really not that much to go over with him or really comment about. The paint is actually probably one of the better things about this figure. There really isn't any bits and pieces that I think should have been painted. that aren't obviously the back, but it's a Bandai of America figure, so I can't even comment on that. But the front is painted nice, particularly in the chest area and the head are all really well done. So I can't really knock down the figure for its paint apps because I actually think they did a pretty decent job on it. And I do like the figure, I just really don't think these Retrofires are worth $14.99. When, at least when you pay like $14.99 for a Zord, you get the playability with the Megazords, whereas here you just get a figure and nothing else. So I can't really say it's worth $14.99, but it is a pretty nice figure, and I do like it. He comes with no wave mates. He comes with a reshipment of the Samurai Megazord. I'd like to see the Retrofire line keep continuing, particularly with the anniversary coming up. But who knows what we're going to get. We might get a whole new line, or at least a new labeling of it. Hopefully one with better articulation than this. So yeah, that is all for this guy. So pick him up if you want to. I picked him up at Toys R Us for $14.99. Probably the only place you're going to find it, because I haven't seen the Retrofires anywhere besides Toys R Us. So, pick this guy up if you want. I definitely recommend him to fans of the Claw BattleZord. But if you're just a kind of a casual fan, I can't really recommend plopping the $14.99 on a figure with no elbow joints. But regardless, pretty neat anyway. So you can check out shukinshobi.com for latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out RidersRangersandRambles.com for your latest token news in the craziest way possible. So take care and have a great one. Bye.